clearly this isn't what I signed up for. You know, despite being half Jamaican, BBW Hunter just isn't on the resume. I'm sorry. But she did say she was a throat demon though, so, So have y'all ever been catfished before? Yeah, that's one way to start the video. But nah, seriously, have you ever been catfished? And if so, what level of catfishing? Because there is a few different variations of being catfished. Like, the first level is when a dude uses a voice changer and pretends to be someone's girlfriend on Xbox Live. Yeah, I've seen that happen a few times. The second level is when somebody uses deceiving pictures to alter their appearance or portray something that they're not, usually leading to you getting into a meetup and, oop, that Latina that you thought you was gonna marry doesn't exist, and now some black lady's doing a press conference in Pakistan. Did y'all see that shit, by the way? It's actually ridiculous. She talking about, I want $10,000 every month from the government. For what? So I could rebuild the country. Didn't you get here by catfishing a 19-year-old online? I want $20,000. And third, when you match with some girl on a dating app, get freaky too quick, and then suddenly you find out she was actually just some pimp from Romania that's sending your wet willy to your family and friends, and threatening to send more of them if you don't pay a ransom. I've also seen that happen a few times. But the time that I got catfished, it was only on the second level, right? The deceiving photos method. Now, how did this happen? Well, the same way that niggas always get put in this position. Degeneracy. So one day I matched with this girl on a dating app, right? Let's just call her Emily. So I matched with Emily and oh my god, the photos painted the perfect picture. Smoothly toned body, red hair, and a tattoo between the chesticles, broski. You just know that she's a demon. So clearly I'm not trying to date this girl, right? That's not the type of vibe that we're on. But we are being flirtatious, one could say. So a few days go by and I'm spitting that W game. I got her on a FaceTime call, but every time that we FaceTime call, it's always at nighttime, so she's like in the dark and like only showing her face, really, but she looks the same, right? From what I could tell. So I think we're good to go. Well, it turns out angles can be deceiving, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So we decide to go on a date in the city, right? And I love being in the city, so this was great. We could walk around, get some poutine, stop for an ice cap, you know, Canadian shit. And if you aren't aware, by the way, I was born and raised in Montreal, aka French New York. Nah, I'm kidding, but there is a lot of the same vibes, you know, lots of tourism, good food, skyscrapers, old architecture, pizza shops, hella strip clubs, the occasional rub and tug shop. Montreal. But most importantly, it's French, right? Keep that in mind. So I go to meet her in the city and I could see her from behind. I spot the red hair and the fit she said she was gonna wear. So I say, Emily, and she turns around and she don't look anything like the photos, bro. Like, I could clearly tell it's the same person, but these photos gotta be like 4 years old, broski, because I could see the years of stress that's built up in your face from then up until this point. And I don't want to be rude or fat phobic or whatever this TikTok generation calls it, but you're not even the same shape, broski. Like, clearly she had let herself go, for lack of better words. But I was like, well, this is a pickle. Do I just go home? I mean, clearly this isn't what I signed up for. You know, despite being half Jamaican, BBW Hunter just isn't on the resume. I'm sorry. But she did say she was a throat demon though, so fuck it. We're already here. So we go into this little restaurant, right? This little Italian spot because it's Montreal and there's a lot of Italians here. Anywho, so I'm like, how's your day going, Emily? And she goes, actually, it's La Emily. And I'm like, like the Emily? Because la means the in French. And she's like, no, it's La Emily. So, the Emily. Whatever. Just call me M. Suddenly, this bitch just sounded like XQC. I'm like, when did you become more French? And she starts telling me that it's actually better that I'm an Anglo, which means native English speaker, by the way, opposed to a francophone, the wee baguette niggas, because she's actually not attracted to French dudes because of the accent, which I completely understand, because if you've ever heard the average Quebecois accent, it's not exactly pretty. We get memed by like every other French speaking place on the planet. Anywho, I thought it was funny that she said this because I'm actually French. Like, I just grew up in a very English part of the city, so English just happens to be my first language. Yeah, nigga. I'm an undercover wee baguette, nigga. Anywho, she yaps for a good hour or two, then it's off to her place nearby, right? And I'm on demon time. This isn't exactly what I signed up for, but at this point I've already made the investment, so gotta see it through. Plus, she said that she was the throat goat, so, you know. And her place was so dusty, bro. The whole place reeked of cigarettes. The living room full of trash, bugs and shit, just running around. Almost made me not want to go through with it. Almost. I got home and had to take like 3 different showers, all on the hottest setting. And I thought to myself, man, this'll probably make an entertaining story time one day. Moral of the story, be careful who you talk to on the internet, because you never know who's on the other side. Yeah.